There is a particular kind of quiet that settles over a person when they have finished fighting with themselves. Not the quiet of giving up, the quiet of having arrived somewhere. The internal argument is over. The weighing of pros and cons has run its course. The back and forth between what they want and what they are afraid of has finally exhausted itself, and what remains on the other side of all that noise is something very simple and very clear. A direction, a decision, a person they are moving toward. That quiet is what is sitting in the energy of this reading today. He has stopped deliberating. He knows what he is doing, and what he is doing is coming toward you. Before anything else, take a breath, settle in. This reading is going to speak to something that has been building for a while, and it deserves your full attention, not half of it. Welcome to Moonlit Arcana. Today the cards are reading a man who has been holding himself back from you and has reached the point where holding back is no longer something he is willing to do. Let's go in. The Chariot is the first card in this reading, and I want you to understand exactly what this card means in this context, because it is not simply about movement or progress in a general sense. The Chariot is the card of directed will, the specific experience of someone who has harnessed everything that was pulling in different directions and aligned it toward a single point. He has been pulled in different directions, fear in one direction, desire in another, caution on one side, urgency on the other. The internal horses, as the card shows them, have been difficult to control. But the Chariot does not show the struggle. It shows the moment after the struggle, when the reins are finally held steady and the direction is set. That is where he is. The internal conflict that has been keeping him in place has resolved into forward movement toward you. The King of Cups is here, and this is the card that tells me something important about who this man is when he is at his best. And, importantly, who he is determined to show up as when he comes to you. The King of Cups is emotional maturity. It is not the absence of feeling, but the full ownership of it. It is someone who has done enough internal work to know what they feel, why they feel it, and what they intend to do with it without being destabilized by the weight of it. This is how he wants to arrive. Not as someone undone by emotion, not as someone performing composure he does not feel, but as someone who has genuinely integrated what he feels and is bringing it forward as a considered, whole, honest thing. The King of Cups does not confess in a panic. He speaks from a place of genuine authority over his own heart. The Four of Wands is appearing now, and in this reading, it is carrying a very specific meaning. This card is traditionally about homecoming, celebration, the joy of arrival after a journey. What it is telling me here is that in his mind, you are that. You are the place he has been moving toward, the arrival point, the thing that the journey has been leading to. He does not experience the idea of coming to you as a risk he is taking. He experiences it as a return to something that was always his direction, even when he was too afraid to admit it. There is a quality of rightness in his energy around this. Not entitlement, not assumption. Rightness. The specific feeling of finally doing the thing that was always supposed to happen. The Three of Wands is following, and this card is someone standing at the edge of what they have been building, watching their ships come in. He has been preparing. That is what this card tells me that I want you to hear clearly. He has not simply made a decision and acted impulsively on it. There has been a period, possibly a significant one, of internal preparation, of getting clear about what he wants to say, how he wants to show up, what kind of man he intends to be in this. He has been watching the horizon and waiting for himself to be ready. That readiness has arrived. The Three of Wands is the card of someone who has done the work of preparation and is now watching the results of that preparation move toward them. He has prepared for you. He intends to show up for you as someone who has. The Lover's card is in the center of this reading, and I am going to be precise about how I read this card because in a reading that is already about love, it would be easy to treat it as a generic confirmation and move past it. I am not going to do that. The Lovers at its deepest level is about genuine alignment, the encounter with another person that makes something in you go quiet in the best possible way, the experience of choosing someone not because they are convenient or because the timing is right, but because something essential in you recognizes something essential in them. That is what this card is saying about what he feels for you. Not an infatuation that has dressed itself up as something bigger, a real recognition, a genuine, considered choice that he has been making internally for longer than it might appear from the outside, and that he is now prepared to make visible. The Ace of Swords is arriving now, and this is the card of clarity, the sharp, clean, truthful thing that cuts through everything that has been obscuring it. He has arrived at clarity, not the clarity of certainty about how things will go, because no one has that. The clarity of knowing exactly what is true for him, exactly what he wants to say, exactly who he is in relation to you and why. The Ace of Swords does not soften. It does not hedge or qualify or dress things up in more comfortable language. When it appears in the position it occupies in this reading, it tells me that what he is coming to you with has been stripped of all the layers of protection and performance and careful management. And what remains is the true thing, the honest thing. He is coming with that. The Nine of Pentacles is here, and this card is important because it addresses something specific about where he is in his own life right now. The Nine of Pentacles is self-sufficiency, the card of someone who has built something stable for themselves, who is not coming to you from a place of lack or need or looking to be completed by another person. He is coming from abundance, from a place of having done the work of becoming someone he respects, someone who has enough stability, enough self-knowledge, enough of himself sorted out to now turn toward someone else and offer something real. He is not arriving empty-handed or unfinished. He is coming as a whole person who has chosen to extend that wholeness toward you. The sun is at the back of this reading, and it is not subtle. The sun is the card of full illumination, nothing hidden, nothing managed, nothing kept in the careful shadow of ambiguity. What it is telling me about what he is bringing to you is that it is going to be clear, unmistakably clear. He is done with the half gestures and the almost moments and the things that could be interpreted multiple ways if someone needed plausible deniability. What is coming from him is going to leave no room for doubt about where he stands, what he wants, and who he wants it with. The sun does not whisper, it does not suggest. It shows up in full light and stays there. I want to step away from the cards for a moment and speak to you directly. The energy in this reading is one of the cleaner ones I have sat with recently. And I want to be honest with you about why that matters. A lot of readings in this space describe someone who might come forward, who is thinking about it, who has feelings they may eventually act on. This is not that reading. What the cards are showing is someone who has finished the internal process and is now in the external one. The decision has been made. The preparation has happened. What remains is the doing of it. I am not telling you to sit and wait passively. Live your life, stay in your own power, keep moving. But I am telling you honestly that the energy moving in your direction right now is intentional, it is considered, and it is real. That is what these cards are showing me. That is your reading. A man who stopped fighting with himself and started moving. Whatever comes from it, the quality of what he is bringing is genuine. And genuine things deserve to be received with open eyes. If this resonated, drop a comment and let me know. Subscribe to Moonlit Arcana for readings that give you something honest. Take care of yourselves.